flame on. It's a new revolution, babies. I've just been watching some YouTube, and this Adam Saleh, he he's a constant prankster and purveyor of emotional terrorist activities. It's just with him doing all that stuff, it is very hard for peaceful Middle Eastern people who are not Muslim, to coexist with the wider community. I am I am a friend to a group of Middle Eastern Christian people, emphasis on the term Christian, and they're the ones who are victimized because of people like this Adam Saleh, Adam Saleh, Adam Saleh, whatever this backwards thinking bastard's name is. He is making it hard for non-Islamic Middle Eastern people to coexist with the people around them. As I've made mention, I am an ally to the Christians in the Middle East who are getting persecuted for their beliefs, and for them to escape their lifestyle, for them to escape the Middle East of them getting persecuted, only speaking Arabic, and for them to continue getting persecuted because of idiots like this Adam Saleh, whatever his bloody last name is. This guy is literally, to use an Australian term, he's a dick. He's an asshole. He's a bastard. He's a CUNT. A complete and total CUNT. He is an effing CUNT. Him recording things on his phone while in the air. Isn't it policy of different airlines for them to make sure that there is no phones or electronic devices that are on, as it may interfere with communicating with the towers, or with the different scanners and pieces of equipment in the cockpit? I think Delta Air did a good job kicking them off, because you don't know what will happen with that particular electronic device on. And for him and his friend, who looks like a complete famine-ridden, sun-burning Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. He's like, look at me. I am with him. He a cool guy? I a cool guy. And for complete bastard to go, oh, I was wearing my traditional ethnic clothing and I got beat up for it. Wow. Only for the New York Police Department and a couple other law enforcement agencies and toss in some media who actually gives a damn about reporting things correctly. Literally rip this video apart, saying it was a hoax. It was staged. The police officer was nothing more than an actor that they hired from a talent agency. Now, then he going to go, oh, but this happened to a Muslim in somewhere else, or this happened to me somewhere else, but I didn't have any video recording devices with me so I can prove it. But yet, doing an on him, very creepy, horrific, and disturbing countdown from 10 to 1 in Arabic, in Middle Eastern clothing. What do you think people are going to do? They think, oh, look at those lovely Arabic men. They're just doing a countdown until we take off. No, they look at them and go, Muslim, countdown, plane going to get destroyed. Muslim men, countdown, something goes wrong. All you have to do is to look at what's happening in the world nowadays, and you would see what is happening with the Nice truck attacks, the shooting of that Orlando, Florida gay nightclub. All you have to do is look at these different events and and there are peaceful Middle Eastern people out there who are not Muslim, who do not follow the teachings of Islam, and they just want to live in peace, only for them to be set back years and years and years of literal race relations because of this idiot. And to use an Australian terminology, he's a prick. He's a prick. He's a cunt. He's a fuckwit. He's a you can think of every single derogative terminology on the planet. And let me say this in Arabic. He's an abid. He is literally nothing more than a filthy, disgusting abid. Since he wants to lie and say abid is nothing more than a gangster, I am learning Arabic. And one of the first words that I've learnt was abid. I just wanted to find out what different words mean in Arabic. I typed in the word slave, and it came up to abid. Hang on, he's Middle Eastern. Who's lying here? He who is saying, oh, abid me gangster. You know, anyone can be a gangster. You know, you got the white gangster, you got the Japanese gangster, you got the Arabic gangster, you got the African American gangster, you got the Native American gangster, you got gangster from Europe and South America, Australia. You got gangster all over the place, yo. No. Usually when slaves are going to get you, that means they have put together all their resources and they are going to get back what is rightfully theirs. And in this case, who you call Abid, slaves, aka African Americans, you be racist. Another few things that have gone down in these videos. YouTuber being racist, this person being racist, that person being racist, blah, 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 blah. There is a story called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. It's an old story. And it's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale written by written by an unknown author, but it is a fable number 210 in the Perry Index. Derives it from its derivative, the English idiom to cry wolf. Defines to give false alarm in Brewster's Dictionary Phrasing and Fable. Glossed by the Oxford Dictionary as meaning to make false claims. With the result, subsequent true claims are disbelieved. And let me read the story. There was once a shepherd boy who was bored as he sat on a hillside watching the villagers' sheep. To amuse himself, he took great breath and sung out, or cried out, or yelled, or depends on the translation here, "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is chasing the sheep!" The villagers come running up the hill to help the boy to drive the wolf away. But when they arrived at the hilltop, they found no wolf. Just the boy laughing at the sight of their angry faces. "Don't cry wolf, shepherd boy," said the villagers, "when there is no wolf." Then they grumbly went back down the hill. Later, the boy cried out again, "Wolf, wolf, the wolf is chasing the sheep," to his naughty delight. He watched the villagers run up the hill to give him aid to drive this wolf away. When the villagers saw no wolf, they snarled and said, "Save your frightened song for when there is really something wrong. Don't cry wolf when there is no wolf." But the boy grinned and watched them grumbly go back down the hill to the village below. Later, he saw a real wolf prowling the flock. Alarmed, he leaped to his feet and sung out, "Wolf! Wolf!" But the villagers thought he was fooling them again, so they didn't come to the boy's aid. At sunset, everyone wondered why the shepherd boy hadn't returned to the village with their sheep. They went up the hill to find the boy. They found him weeping. There really was a wolf here. The flock had scattered. I cried, "Wolf, why didn't you come?" An old man tried to comfort the boy. As they walked back down to the village below, we will help you look for the sheep in the morning, he said, putting his arms around the youth. Nobody believes liars, even when he is telling the truth. Now, isn't that something, Adam? Shit's got for brains. You are the Middle Eastern person who cries wolf. It may not be the term wolf, but you use a word that has equal gravitas in importance. You cry out, "Racist! Racist! Racist! This person is a racist!" And you go on and I've seen on your pathetically performed video, "Delta's a racist. This is a racist company. I'm a Middle Eastern man, and I've been tossed off because I'm wearing traditional clothes, and I'm ringing up my mom to talk to her in our native tongue since she can't speak English. Racist, racist." That has literally grown old, as you've countlessly posted up YouTube clips of you crying wolf. And to anyone who's a supporter of this Adam Shitska for brains, to keep supporting him, you are no more intelligent than a drunk man debating 1 + 1 = 4. He will try to prove to you that uneducated drunk, which his supporters are, say, "Oh, they can't. He's not calling racist. He's just pointing things out. He's pointing things out." What's the difference between you and that hypothetical person who is drunk, who's uneducated, and trying to prove to you that 1 + 1 = 4? I see no difference. Other people see no difference to your standing behind this man. Even to his friend, he is the supreme drunken mayor of this town. or of this village, to be more precise. And with Adam constantly crying racist, or yeah, crying racist, is literally that little boy, that little shepherd boy crying out wolf. One day, there will be someone who who literally will hate you, will hate this Adam Shitscuffer brains. He won't have a camera nearby. It could be him and a Middle East and a sweet Middle Eastern woman who just wants to help him become a better gentleman, or to become a gentleman in the first place. But or it could be a Middle Eastern elder trying to correct this shitscuff brains. That he could be saying, my boy, my son, please do not do any more of these things. You are making us look bad. And who knows, maybe there could be, as has been seen in a video depicting you calling an African American person the N-word. Now, if you subscribe to that Black Lives Matter stuff, here is a person that you can attack. But you don't want to do that because you don't want to be classified as racist yourself. I will stand to you. You would rather throw your own kind underneath the bus but to not be called racist for pointing out a racist person. And this person, and this Adam Shitska for brains, pushed and literally threatened this African American person with continued assault, and with extreme violent content. He said, I own your ass. Insert that N-word there. And I'm just so surprised to see this sort of thing. Actually, I shouldn't be surprised. This planet is falling down so badly. And I thought, I would start this year afresh, anew, without doing these sort of going after the fellow YouTubers. But I was sent this stuff from my Middle Eastern friends. They were begging me for me to still be their friend. And I read the content in their Facebook messages, in their emails. I could tell that they were crying on the other end of on their computer, on their mobile phone, on their tablet, sending me these things, saying that we do not do this. These are my Middle Eastern friends who have literally been crying to me, saying that I can't Please don't judge me. Don't judge my family who have loved you, who have taken you in as our own because of this Adam fella. You know, that actually breaks my heart. Honestly, that literally breaks my heart for my Middle Eastern friends to think the actions of this Adam shitscuffer brains, this bastard, who's done all these stupid things, they think that I wouldn't be their friend anymore. That is what this person has done. He is causing such a huge rift between the Middle Eastern and non-Middle Eastern communities. Please think about about continuing on with subscribing to him. When I've got my friends asking me, begging me, pleading with me, pleading to me to still be their friend. To still be their friend? It's depressing. It's heartbreaking. All because of this person, Adam Shitscover Brains, doing so much wrong to build up a more positive relationship between the Middle Eastern and non-Middle Eastern communities. I beg people to unsubscribe to him. Do thumbs down on all of these videos. Everyone has the power to stop this negativity. I will not post any of his videos in my description bar, because I don't believe in showing you where. YouTubers like him deserve to be shut down for causing such a huge divide between Middle Eastern people and non-Middle Eastern people. Before things were like this. Not quite clappy. You could feel the warmth of each other. Then 9/11 hit. Things started to separate. Things just slowly but surely have been drifting apart. And with this person here, Adam Shitscover Brains, it's boom. It's like doing one Falco punch, one Falcon kick. A Falcon punch to the Middle Eastern community, Falcon kick to the non-Middle Eastern community, separating them in very vast and very different time zones. So let me just say this finally. Last thing on this topic, Adam, tear down your channel and do more things to promote the interracial community between Middle Eastern and non-Middle Eastern people, or else the or will not come from me, because you are in America and I'm in Australia. Nor do I want to hunt you like the pathetic fool you are. But just remember this, Adam. You are putting yourself into such a position when the time comes that you do get your ass handed to you on a rusted hubcap, and you cry, that white man's been racist to me, he beat me up, or that black man beat me up, or that Asian man beat me up, or that native person beat me up. What were the police going to do? All I have to do is look at your videos, mate, and see the prank that you pulled with the cop, the pranks that you've been doing, and they'll say, "Oh, get lost." I can actually predict. I'm predicting this now. This Adam Shitska for brains. He's going to get himself beaten up so badly by someone who is not Middle Eastern. Him crying out, it was a racist attack against him. And the media is going to do nothing about it. The media won't report it. They'll just say, an unfortunate beating happened today with YouTuber Adam Shitska for brains being the victim of an attack of an unknown origin. And that's going to be it. There will be no Middle Eastern people saying he shouldn't have gotten beat up. Hell, even some of the Islamic community would try to separate themselves from you. But you would be you'd be crying. It was a black man who hit me, who beat me up. It was an Asian man who sent me to the hospital. It was a white man who did all this terrible stuff to me. It's racism. It's a racist attack. It's a racial abuse. But no one will believe you. All they have to do is go, and I can predict this. And this is going, and I and I hope Tucker Carlson is still working for Fox when this happens. You go onto his show, and he can easily go pull up and go, "Oh, it looks like this stunt. Well, it looked very similar to this stunt. You must have gone a bit too far with doing the stunt, haven't you?" Then you could have John Waters. And you could be on John Waters' show and trying to beg that it was a racist attack, and he was like, "Hang on, and pull up another few videos of you doing something pranky and provoking other people." Bill O'Reilly, you could be retired. He could be doing Fox News in the retirement home, and him reporting on you being a total idiot. Oh, another stunt gone, but a stunt gone bad this time. And you might have ABC, NBC, CNN after Chelsea Clinton fails tremendously in her political endeavors. No one's gonna believe you, son. I can predict this. And to make this extremely last point, unsubscribe him and thumbs down his videos. I'm Dragon Bears and flame you and burn you later.